Hello, on Cat here, we're playing Final Fantasy XVI, the first playthrough. We're in the Imperial Kingdom, and we're gonna continue the story.
Drake's tail is right there, Clive. It's time to free Storm from the crystal's curse.
It's past time. But remember, Bahamut is still out there.
And I dare say we'll be seeing him again before the night is done. No more roads.
We'll have to find our own path.
Do you feel that, Clive?
Ether. Just what we need. Another flood.
It's already turned them.
And there's no reason to hold back. You're finished. Get him! Let's try this one. This one.
occupied.
Joshua! Joshua!
Don't, Clive. It's too dangerous.
Fuck! Hold on, Joshua! I'm coming! We have to save him.
And we will. We just need to keep moving.
Them again! Not now! Torgal! Gil! Over here!
What was that?
Bahamut. He'll kill us all. There he is. Joshua! I'm here, brother!
Clive. He can't hear you.
Joshua!
They're heading for the heart.
Then so should we. Let's get him. Get him. This one. Attack! Over here! Sickle! Glow We don't have time for this! Torgal, kill! Over here! This one! Attack! Over here! guess we're all ready.
Are those the council chambers? How are they still standing?
I don't know.
He'll be all right, Clive. He's a survivor.
We're getting close. Looks like somebody doesn't want us getting any closer.
I don't care what it wants.
Neither do I. Let's try. Here's one.
These beasts... they're getting stronger.
We can think about them later. Right now, there's only one thing we need to focus on.
The heart.
I needed that. We might be able to get up through the building.
It's worth a try.
Quiet. There's someone up there.
Is someone there?
Mother,
It's you.
what happened here?
He tried to take him from me. Oh, my boy. My darling boy.
Is this the child you made with the Emperor? Why, Mother? Why did you betray us all?
You have no right! Answer him.
We took you in, savage. Show some respect for those who raised you. Honorable Elwyn, always thinking of his precious homeland. But what worth is a homeland in a world beset by the Blight?
Father did not seek to protect his country. He sought to protect his people.
A leader's duty is not to protect his people. It is to protect the source of his sovereignty. The noble blood that runs in his family's veins. So long as this bloodline remains unbroken, what does it matter if a nation falls? One can always found another. Unlike him, I did my duty. I preserved my line. I bore a son of the noblest blood, to whom the whole world might kneel. That is why I gave Rosaria to Sambrek, that I might join my line with the Lesages and birth a savior of this benighted land, blessed by both Bahamut and the Phoenix!
You sold your country for a child.
Why did he need another? You had Joshua.
I had nothing. You were always your father's son, so very strong and bold and daring, and yet you failed to awaken. Would that Joshua had been granted 1/10 of your strength? Oh! How the nobles laughed that Elwyn's firstborn was surely the son of a concubine, and my own, not long for this world. The shame of it! The shame of being slandered by one's inferiors! How could you ever know how that feels? It should have been you! Why didn't the Phoenix choose you?
Joshua's every waking moment was spent trying to shoulder the burden that you and the Phoenix and the Duchy foisted on him. That's why I became his shield. To help bear the weight. But what did you do? You betrayed your own blood and surrendered your son to his fate!
Joshua, my darling boy. I never meant to hurt him. The soldiers' orders were clear. He was to be spared. Why did you survive when the only one I truly cared for died?
What? Have you not looked out of the window? Joshua is here! The Phoenix lives on! He's battling Bahamut as we speak! Joshua! Wake up! I am a shield of Rosaria. And I will do my duty.
What are you...
Those things are drawing in more ether than I've ever seen. Thank the Founder!
It's now or never, Joshua.
This is drinking the ether.
We have to stop him. Stronger than this. Come on, Ifrit. Show us your true power.
Clive.
We can. We will. Together. Are you ready?
Ready! We hope to match such power
By trusting in our own. Joshua!
Clive!
My brother.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're alive. We both are. Nothing else matters. I never dared hope that I would see this day.
Reunited at last.
Jill.
This is for my father! It is done. The demon that would tear our house apart is no more. Father.
The mother crystal. It's collapsing.
Right. We need to leave.
No. Wait. I owe him a debt.
Fine.
You there.
Don't reinforce the walls.
Will be found.
Report, Captain.
Can nothing be done to call them off?
I regret not, Your Radiance. The Dragoons answer to none but His Imperial Highness. The Council is powerless to intervene.
We're hearing reports of rebel
Madness is this, Dion.
throughout the neighboring districts. Our men
Focus
are
all efforts on extinguishing the fires around the capital. The city can wait. Don't dally, man, go!
Your Radiance.
and I want you to find out if Annabelle makes movements.
By the light! Dion, have you taken leave of your senses? Call off the Dragoons at once!
Fear not. The populace will come to no harm at their hands. I am here to save you, Father.
Save me?
A creeping darkness hides in the heart of Sanbreque. It stems from your wife, the traitorous Annabella.
Not another word, Dion.
Father, Though you may not see it, the darkness has taken hold of you. It has made you forget yourself. But I bid you remember, there was a time when you ruled not with cruelty, but with compassion. Why now do you turn your back on your people? Why now do you seek to stoke the fires of war? You too have borne witness to this change, your eminences. And you know, as well as I, who is responsible for it. A puppet now sits upon the throne, but cut his strings, and the master loses the power!
What?
Dion, you bear steel before your emperor? Guards! Take him!
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. Those were your words. But when the last of your citizens has fallen, and all of their homes have been reduced to ash, what will become of your empire, of its rulers, of your god? As the mother crystals crumble one by one, and the blight sweeps in to claim all that we hold dear, our people look to their emperor for protection. Yet he labors not to secure their futures, but to seize what is left of the twins for himself. Even if it should come at the cost of everything his loyal citizens have labored to build.
Dion, you must understand.
A small price to pay, is it not? You've been blessed with great power, Dion. Enough to win me the world. So go, claim Valisthea for me, brother.
Dion.
Guards! Guards!
Father.
Poor father. How he doted on his children. That he would die to protect me was plain. It was but a matter of when.
You planned this?
You did well to endure so long. But you broke in the end, as I knew you would. And now Muthos approaches. Put him to the proof. I would see if he breaks. Go, Bahamut. Kinslayer.
Not again.
Brother?
It's a long story.
You cannot stay here, Mother. Come. Take my hand.
Get away from me! This is all just a dream, just a bad dream! You will not take me, Shadow! You will not take me!
Mother.
If it is consciousness that weaves your wills together, consciousness that blurs the boundary between your own will and that of others, then we shall set you apart once more. The ties that bind you shall be severed, and humanity return to its proper place. By primogenesis shall a new age of reason begin.
Axe, Your Majesty. Don't you want to play? It's been a long time.
If that is your wish.
Men, you are as meek as all the others.
Such feeble creatures. Gifted the power of icons, yet slaves to fickle emotions which usher you to your doom. And so you bind your fragile wills with strands of consciousness.
The wretched handiwork of a wretched people.
The sons of fire were united at last, and for but a moment their flame burned bright. Soon Mythos shall become our perfect vessel.
And then shall the world be remade.
Not before the bonds are severed, of trust, of respect, of love. Only when every strand of consciousness is cut away, may Mythos return to our side. By primogenesis shall all be undone. Mankind shall be rid of his wretchedness, and Mythos of his will. But while he yet clings to it, he has the power to forge bonds anew, and so we bid you. Find Mythos, and sever everyone.
To destroy that which has no physical form, you ask the impossible.
There is nothing your black blade cannot cut, Odin. We shall unite with Mythos, and bring forth a new world. So long as our vessel remains unclaimed by humanity.
It shall be done, Master. My will is yours. Mother.
How is your brother?
Asleep since I returned from the Dominion. Taya says he should be back on his feet soon enough. For a while, at least. She discovered something on his chest. A swelling, circled in stone.
The curse. For every mountain we climb, another rises up to greet us, doesn't it?
It's never ending. Even the sky seems to have grown tired of it all. Tony won't be happy if I disturb Joshua. While he rests, I might as well see what Otto has to say.
See the pair that got hauled into tires?
Still alive, are you? The whole realm's in chaos, as the old saying goes. Coin purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. I'll be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
To what do I owe the honor? Fretting about us, guys. Unless that is... So, will it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. That it? Fine.
Seems the hideaway has lost its appetite.
Good morrow to you, my friend. With the darkening skies. But be that as it may, I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. Now this, I believe you will find most interesting. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
There's talk of these skies driving men mad. How are you doing? I don't mean to be gloomy. They need all the help they can get. Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
How may I help you today, Clive? It's not... We've lost so much already. Come to claim your just desserts? Best of luck out there, Sid.
Back again? Allow me to educate you. Study it well, Clive. Thus ends today's lesson.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine. As long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Oh, no, I'm just the messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own sort. Could be that they don't.
I suppose not.
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think.
I hope so.
Look at us. Tempting though it may be...
You believe that?
I don't know. But... Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces, now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for. While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off-storm. The world, in short, is in chaos. It would seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
The battle cry
Clive, we have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Kashik out of gates and talk of monsters roaming the hills.
And don't forget Dalimil.
When it rains,
it fucking pours. The curse breakers us. And even if I could get word to all of which means...
Jill and I...
Let them know we're on our way.
Clive! Quick look.
Sid! Your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
Ah. You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalimil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and gil days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to...
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus, and at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the desert hare...
Perhaps we could talk to...
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And...
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the band.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supply, and you cannot fill em-
But what happens when they come back?
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Viktor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill.
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos. And the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalimil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed these accursed skies. Or an entire city for that.
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution to Dalimil's problems.
I hope so.
So? What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear.
My thoughts exactly. Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods.
And if there's one thing bandits like...
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, he'd let them choose for themselves. And be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves.
When all that fear and anger can be...
It appears we have a plan of... Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't...
As you wish.
Your fate... Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking.
Play along.
What he means to say.
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane?
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canberra to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no, that there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Redwing. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 200 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalimil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of that a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would... I mean, it may still be possible to buy something.
Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that...
Indeed, certainly that is. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley, and it is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to... If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship...
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. She saw right through it. I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time,
Time no longer appears to be the luxury.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want...
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move out...
Very well. Jill and I will...
The rest, my friend, mistakes I concede are high.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who...
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folk have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours.
They mean to overwhelm us.
The townspeople.
I don't hear any fighting.
That we should hurry.
Natalie, you did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved Dalimil. Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Viktor. Why quibble over the details? We are united. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Now, if I could only convince the people of Costness to work together.
Dalimil will forever be in your debt. But don't go trying to take advantage of that.
This man's gonna die if we don't get him to a healer.
Martha.
And you, Clive.
Otto said he'd been attacked by a Kashik.
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, there were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few...
What do you think?
That we join the...
I thought you'd never know. Where I need you is the full... Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be...
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first. This one.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions.
Wade's men? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find...
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for Holt.
When did Wade and his men...
Not long after Rosalith fell. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned.
Martha! The scouting party's almost at the lift. Where they got a pack of Akashic and they got wounded with them!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here.
I will. You...
Boy.
Anything catch your eye? There you go. That all, is it? Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, sir.
Sir Wade,
Lord Rosfield.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help, and by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them, but we didn't know there would be so many.
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think...
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down East Pool way.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for East Pool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow.
Mad dogs. The law. What are you after? Much obliged.
My brothers.
headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
All yours, Torgal. Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the...
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when...
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here. It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rosfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardian...
It's all right. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one.
I will not let you down, Lord Rosfield. You or my uncle.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the front.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme.
I can't do it. I can't.
My lord.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. They've taken so many.
Akash.
And what of your mistress?
Oh, no.
Then we'll look for her there.
We could leave.
The two soldiers were carrying another. They didn't have any leg.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but what more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty, and protect them I shall. Because they are my charges. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are...
She speaks the truth, you know. This here is all we have.
What we have left is our lives!
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my need. What we need to the way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air.
And perhaps I did.
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was in the back of them glowing things found me in the meadow.
Leave that to us.
My family.
Don't leave me, Pa.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? They came out of nowhere. They went for Josie.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just...
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Come on. Run like the wind.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me. Torgal, kill! Over here! Get him! Go, Torgal! Get him! Go!
Should I try?
Save your strength.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more.
Then we should let Isabelle know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes. But
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts.
hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it... Now me, I never needed convincing. And the people I love include the ones standing before me. Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one. And that's one fewer than I had this morning.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least.
Come to the patron's whisper. Come to claim your just desserts. You earned this. All done?
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on.
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Now's not the time. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua. What do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua! Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
right. We travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him. Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
My lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, chief steward of your lord uncle's estate.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your lord uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Crystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to the realm. Your lord uncle, however...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues.
Alas.
I have lost contact. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times, even...
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord.
Thing.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving...
I already told you.
Please!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's must. If you...
Or you can go...
Oh, you're more. He hasn't had many visits.
Over here! Get him!
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison, his men confiscated my effects and locked...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's, if he was bound for Oriflamme. What happened here?
If you're with the others, they've already relieved me.
I'm not. I'm looking for someone who was sent here by a man named Rutherford.
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford, attendant to...
Of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been a long time since last I saw my great-aunt. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. I was on my way back from the old capital.
Bandits?
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could.
Which way did they go?
South, toward the...
All right. I'll take care of them. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell them I sent you.
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy. This one. Get him!
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by, as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive, which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close to their gates.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits, I meant it.
Rockford, if you are to continue your investigation, you first need to seek the attention of a healer.
I shall return to Northreach right away, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be wondering where I've got to. I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able. Good day.
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still here.
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of... Speaking of which, I received word from both my associates.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's prospects rather grim.
I am afraid that grim would be putting it lightly. Storm is in crisis, and we must work together.
As it is mine.
I will see that your Lord Uncle is made aware of the situation in both Dalmekia and Sanbrek.
You put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. You remember Yvan's stew, right? Well, so I thought I'd try making one of these supposed master...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if...
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly, so...
A fried mortress of... Recipe seemed easy enough to... Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint...
Yvan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Wow. That's a kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. And if he does, I'll see if...
You do that.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrim. The young man did a wonderful job with...
That's actually why I'm here.
Ah, so the fabled Sanbrequois delicacy is next. Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the yvan, their ground livers being the pate.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback yvan.
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. A herb which I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers, but I may add that
Meaning that if I find one, I've...
Best of luck, Clive, and do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
Good girl. Run like the wind. Harpocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
Have care.
This must be our yvan. Right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Fly, Ambrosia.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
It seems the hideaway has lost its app.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cook. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Yvan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in...
So, not fit for consumption then?
What witchery, the crackle of the crust, gives way to an almost violent richness. It is a tour de force, a force of nature even, a maelstrom of flavour and sensation, a graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. It's remarkable. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith?
I'll give it some thought.
That book may be a veritable treasure trove, but the recipes are hardly what I'd call honest fare.
Oh, who needs honesty when they can have majesty? Our companions deserve only the very best.
Thunder. Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after my first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had, which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. Shirleigh.
You'll get us all straight. Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of scales, is it?
No.
Well, not anymore, it's not.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We just
like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see how something work.
Well, then your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with Fred. All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Midadol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear.
I have. Miss Midadol's dungeon is full of them.
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move, so let's put the pieces together first.
Not a bad idea. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh goetz?
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in... This is called the arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it.
Hold things.
Good thinking. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts...
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed...
That's right. We're Miss Midadol's hares.
Her hares?
Yeah, hares for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Midadol and Miss Shirleigh.
You hear that?
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirleigh.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Thunder. Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully, she won't. This might even have been her idea, although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. To anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that. If Mid is teaching my pupils her secrets, I suppose I should brush up on some of them myself.
What am I gonna do? But no.
Is everything all right, Goetz? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble.
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. But she'd never do business with baddies. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your tongue a...
Don't worry.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding. Lady Charon, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade, then?
What exactly are you? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but it...
Just asking. Out of interest. All right.
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploit?
All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be, but that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Charon. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No. I reckon you...
Of course. I spoke with that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past...
Oh, well, I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was?
No, but people do things for all sorts of reasons.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil, so that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, but that's why you...
The bandits may be no more.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard. They're a strapping bunch.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumors about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Charon's been selling steel to whoever'll pay her price. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, and the more war being waged. And who will they all turn to keep them in steel? Why, the good Reaper.
And you've seen this Reaper?
Aye, just so. You'll find her right here, plying her...
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market. But if you're not but it'd be a bolder man than me that, feeling bold, travel... Now, if that's all...
Sorry to have kept...
You don't think Nan...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in 2 places at once.
Eh?
Lady Charon hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this stall he spoke of?
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the edge of town.
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goetz. Best.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what?
That's up to die a slow death, boys. He's...
could pretend this didn't happen. Go on.
When the Borgwin finds out you've killed his men, he only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim... You weren't even supposed to be here.
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwin wanted him to get to I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction. But then you turned up. Well, go on.
You're not worth the effort.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goetz.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty painted lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
For they are not lies. Every last word...
Goetz.
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only that loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goetz, was it? Only with your run along now?
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll...
Goetz!
Enough, all of you!
Charon. But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalimil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense. What was it we called you?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for...
Goetz, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me!
Fuck!
You great galoot! Out of the way, I cannot... So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye? Wise words, that. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? No. It's an easy going through life, one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always, but he crossed a line dragging poor Goetz into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. He'll learn his lesson soon enough. But something tells me the wet legs has learned it already. Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough attention already. Ta-ra, Clive.
Remind me never to cross you, Charon.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul the gut.
I'm sorry, Nan. I didn't mean to make things worse. I just thought I had to protect you. Like you've protected me.
Aye. Well, someone had to. Your parents certainly didn't give a whit for your well-being. Reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, Goetz. And I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again, and you can't stop me.
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play the hero if it makes you happy.
Thanks, Nan.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. Let me tell you a story, Clive.
All right.
Them rumours Wetlegs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twin. But then one day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, a dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Aye, it's a dangerous world out. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Clive. That great lump. No. come back soon. And I mean that.
Trouble with your gear, or... See that sword of yours stays oiled.
I think this means Nana let me go out on my own more.
Wasn't expecting you back so soon. You earned this. Come again. I may have...
We defeated another icon. Destroyed another mother crystal. Clive finally met Joshua again. We did some side quests. I'm gonna continue next time. So thank you all for watching. Wish you well. See you in the next video.